You should listen to me now, for the world is changing faster than we can comprehend, and our reactions today will define the future for generations to come. The weight of our choices is heavier than ever before. Listen closely, the voice of truth speaks louder now than it has in years. As the world spins in chaos, our hearts need to find a rhythm that speaks of compassion and unity, not division. You should listen to me now because right now is when our actions matter the most. Every decision we make today shapes the world we wake up to tomorrow. We are at a crossroads, and if we don't listen now, we may never have the chance to turn the tide. What we do with our emotions, our beliefs, and our hearts today will echo through time. You need to hear me when I say this. The battles we face are not just about what's happening on the surface, but the feelings that drive us, the current that moves us forward or back. Listen carefully, for this moment holds more significance than you realize. The things that feel distant or disconnected now will soon be the heartbeat of our shared experience. Now is the time to listen, for the voices that have been silenced are rising. It's time to understand that the world is not just shaped by politics, but by the emotions and energy we bring to every conversation. You should listen to me now, because our world is changing faster than ever, and we cannot afford to ignore the signs that are staring us in the face. Now is the moment for clarity, for understanding that the feelings we ignore today may become the very force that sweeps us off our feet tomorrow. The voices that need to be heard today are the ones we often overlook. If we truly want to make a difference, we must listen to those whose emotions are intertwined with the pulse of the world. You should listen to me now, because the current affairs of the world are not separate from the struggles of the heart. One affects the other, and we must understand this interconnectedness to make true change. Feel the urgency in this moment. What we ignore now may come back to haunt us later, but if we listen with empathy and understanding, we can begin to heal. The future depends on our willingness to listen, to engage with what is happening around us, and to feel the emotions that are connected to the current state of the world. Listen now, for what happens today will shape our tomorrow. The feelings we carry with us today will become the reality we live in for years to come. You should listen to me now, because in this moment, the world is speaking to us through its turmoil, its beauty, and its emotional undercurrents. This is the time to listen closely, to feel deeply, and to act thoughtfully. The current state of affairs demands that we confront the truth, no matter how uncomfortable. You need to hear me when I say this. Our emotions are powerful, They shape the world more than you think. And right now, we are at a tipping point. Listen to me now, because every current event is a reflection of the emotional temperature of the world. If we want change, we must address not just the policies, but the hearts of the people involved. You should listen to me now, because every moment of pain or joy we're experiencing collectively is a whisper from the future telling us to act wisely. Listen, the world is trying to tell you something. It is urging us to acknowledge the deeper currents of emotion that are stirring up our current affairs. In this moment, you must listen. The voices of change are speaking loudly, but they're also filled with the feelings of hope, fear, and love that are needed to transform the world. You should listen to me now, because the choices we make today will resonate in ways we can't even imagine. Our hearts, our emotions, and our actions are intertwined. Now, more than ever, the world needs your attention, your empathy, and your ability to listen. The current state of affairs is not just about headlines, it's about hearts. Feel the pulse of what's happening around you. The world is filled with emotions, and to understand it fully, you must listen with an open heart. You should listen to me now, because the emotional waves of the world are growing stronger. The time for action is now, and it begins with understanding the feelings that drive us. The current state of the world calls for more than just observation. It demands that we listen and feel what's happening at the core of every issue. Listen to the world today. It speaks in a language of urgency, hope, and fear. By acknowledging these emotions, we begin to understand the true weight of our times. You should listen to me now, for history is unfolding before us, and its impact is not just in the headlines, but in the feelings that stir within us all.